The Earth is a living planet, and there are thousands of species living here. Africa is one of the largest habitats of animals. Serengeti and Masai Mara are one of the world's largest migration areas for animals. The wildebeest migration here is world famous. In today's episode, we will look at what the wildebeest migration is, and how it takes place. Wildebeest are also called gnus. They are members of the antelope family. They are related to oryxes and gazelles. A wildebeest can grow to 2.4 meters in length, and weigh up to 270 kilograms. Wildebeest typically inhabit the Serengeti plains of southeastern Africa. For most of their lives, wildebeest graze in the grassy savannas and open woodlands of the plains, which straddle the nations of Tanzania and Kenya. More than 1.5 million wildebeest migrate in an enormous loop every year. The annual migration northwest is at the end of the rainy season, usually in May or June. It is recognized as one of the 7 wonders of the natural world. The search for greener pastures does not come without danger. Its migration route crosses many rivers, most filled with giant Nile crocodiles. The numbers are astonishing: over 1.2 million wildebeest and 300,000 zebra, along with topi and other gazelle, move in a constant cycle through the Serengeti Mara ecosystem in search of nutritious grass and water. Guided by survival instinct, each wildebeest will cover 800 to 1,000 kilometers on its individual journey along age-old migration routes. Hungry predators including lions, leopards, cheetahs, hyenas, wild dogs, and crocs make sure only the strongest survive in this natural spectacle. It is also known as the greatest show on Earth. The circuit takes the animals from the Ngorongoro Conservation Area in the south of the Serengeti in Tanzania, up through the Serengeti, and crosses into the Masai Mara in Kenya and back again. The journey is beset with danger. Young calves are snatched by predators. The slow is brought down by a pride of lions. Brave beasts break legs on steep river slopes. Crocodiles take their share of the stragglers, and the weak and exhausted drown. The 3 groups of migrant grazers have different grass-eating habits. One group eats the top of the tallest grass, and the next group will eat away some of the medium-height grass until finally it is almost completely eaten, and the herds move on. This means each group sticks to its own kind with only a small overlap in their distributions. The grasses of the plains have the highest protein content in the whole of the Serengeti, as well as being high in calcium. It is unclear how the wildebeest know which way to go, but it is generally believed that their journey is dictated primarily by their response to the weather. They follow the rains and the growth of new grass. While there is no scientific proof of it, some experts believe that animals react to lightning and thunderstorms in the distance. It has even been suggested that wildebeest can locate rain more than 50 kilometers away. Around January each year, the migration finishes a southward trek, moving along the eastern edge of the Serengeti and into the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. Here the plains are rich in nutritious grass, providing the herds with the best conditions for raising their newborn calves. Around late January or February, the herds occupy the short grass plains that spread over the lower northern slopes of the Ngorongoro Crater Highlands and around Oldoway Gorge. Some 400,000 calves are born here within a period of 2 to 3 weeks. After bearing their young in February and March, around April the wildebeest herds begin to drift northwest toward the fresher grass of the central Serengeti, drawing with them thousands of zebra and smaller groups of antelope. Mating season begins toward the end of May and male wildebeest battle head-to-head. During June, the dry season starts with large concentrations of wildebeest in the western Serengeti and on the southern banks of the Grumeti River. Each migrating animal must face the challenge of crossing the crocodile-infested river. By August, the herds have faced the challenge of crossing the Mara River, and they are spread throughout the Masai Mara's northern region, with many remaining in the northern Serengeti. There is no single crossing at some spots, there are just a few individuals, while others see a mass of animals moving without break for hours. After the East African short rains in late October and early November, the wildebeest moved down from Kenya and into the eastern limits of the Serengeti past Namri Plains. It is an area known for outstanding cheetah sightings. By December, they are spread throughout the eastern and southern reaches. In the early months of the new year, the grasses in the deep south of the Serengeti are lush with rain. This draws the herds of wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of zebra and other plains animals. The cycle continues as the calving season starts once again.